How are you? My name's Burgess Taylor, or Journey with Burgess, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a flip through my system for the summer, especially June, because some things have changed, and because I want to talk about some of the changes, and I'm just really excited about what I'm doing, and this is going to be part one of what I'm using for the summer. And some of it's what I've already started using. Some of it's a bit of a change. Some new covers, new to me covers. I think I talked about this already, but it's been a little bit. And I apologize for that. But life happens. Coffee does help, but unfortunately, things in life happen. My son got into an accident the day before his 34th birthday, and a construction truck pulled out in front of him, and he tried his hardest to stop. He braked so hard that it broke his ankle. I spent the bulk of his birthday with him. I took him to the ER. So last Tuesday was the accident. Wednesday, I took him to the ER. Friday, I took him to the orthopedic doctor. Monday, I had an eye doctor appointment, a medical eye doctor appointment, because my vision has been getting worse and I'm having trouble. I'd broken my red glasses, which work way better than my contact lenses. So I talked to the eye doctor and I told him I don't want to buy. When I went for the appointment, I said, look, I don't want to get glasses until I know for sure that it's not, because my eyes were so bad. I was getting headaches. I was having trouble seeing. I had increased the stuff on the computer because I couldn't see it. And I'm like, I can only bring the computer so far up, you know. I've been working on things and trying to get things in a good situation so I can see a little bit better. But to be honest, it was only working a smidgen. And I told him this, and he is an actual eye doctor. And so I said, look, I don't want to spend that much money on glasses if I'm going to have to turn around in a month and have cataract surgery and then my glasses won't be any good. So he said, no. So he checked. Anyway, I'm very precious about my eyes. I've been wearing glasses for 44 and a half years, since I was 10. Let's go ahead and get started, because I have new contacts in. They're a tester. I go back to the eye doctor in 2 weeks. These are not monovision. These only correct my nearsightedness, thus the readers. I have readers, y'all. I have readers. So I carry this with me in my purse. This is the Hobonichi original Techo A6. And this is a Hobonichi lilac or lavender color. I think this is what they call the lavender color. Whereas the purple Moterm cover that I have in the A5, that looks just like that. They're very, very close in color. This is actually called lilac. This is the A5 Moterm cover. And this is the A6 Hobonichi cover. And you can see, even with the lighting around here, you can see that they're pretty close. It's close enough. I've got some work to do in the A5 Moterm, the one that I just showed you. That's my work planner notebook. And then I'm going to show you what has been going on in the B6, which is my bullet journal, everything, anything, it's the whatever. I have been doing some stuff, and one of the things I've been thinking about doing is I take notes and I do stuff, and I love working in the A5, the B6, and the A6 sizes. But I really do like the B5 size for certain things. And I have a black leather B5 cover, and I haven't used it for the I didn't use it any in May, and I haven't used it so far this month. But one of the things I've been thinking about is bringing it back out. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I've got a lot of things going on. So far, things are going pretty well, except for, like I said, there's been some family emergencies, some just life stuff. I have been planning on videos for y'all. I have actually filmed a few that I needed to edit, but I don't know. I think it's because there's so much going on. My anxiety is just really a little bit off right now. Like I said, I'm getting back to the swing of things. I'm feeling good. It's been a rough year so far, y'all. But I'm working on things. I'm much more positive. I'm much happier. It's just been a bit chaotic. Let's get started with the journal. I'm going to flip the camera around, and I'm going to try to talk while I do. I'm not very good at that. So if I can't talk while I do. Then I will put a voiceover. But I want to do a flip, and I'm pretty excited because I'm going to do a little bit of a flip, and we're going to talk about what I'm doing, and then I'm going to do some watercoloring, some journaling in here, so you can kind of see where I'm at with this. It is a bullet journal. It isn't just a bullet journal. And I guess for all intents and purposes, when you listen to Ryder Carroll's definition of a bullet journal, if you actually listen to that, he tells you that you can put your sketchbook in it, that you can do all different kinds of things. You know, you can add more things in it than just the sketchbook. I have some homemade stickers that I made, some stickers over here that I made that I was looking through. This is for the watercolor stuff. This is a B6 Sanzen Tomo River paper notebook. I got it from Danica58 on Etsy. And this is the Wonderland 222 undated planner with the Tomo River paper. When I get my one for next year, if I stick with this one, or I may go with the Aura Estelle B6 Tomo River paper, we'll see. I really do like the Wonderland. My only issue with the Wonderland is on the weekly, there is no thing for the what you're doing overall for the week. Like you have the dates. I mean, you could do it down here, but that would be horizontal planning. This is the planner, and I have June. I started it in May, and then we have June. This is my calendar. And this is this week. And I have done a little bit, like I haven't done very, I did do a little bit for July, but I haven't done very much yet. I had a different notebook that I was using in here. I was using the Wonderland B6 half year, I guess is what you call it. It's like the Stology half year. I decided that I wanted I'm doing seasonal planning. And with seasonal planning, I decided I wanted each notebook to have the seasons in them, because most of the time in a notebook with over 300 pages, I usually use at least 120 pages per month. This, however, just has the daily, so I'm not doing the calendars. The calendars are in the planner. I have, however, started doing like a weekly kind of, we're going to call it like a board. I don't know what's the word for it. I don't know. I'll think of it in a little bit. So this is for the summer. So I put the Less Monday, More Summer vellum that I had ordered. I think I got this from, I got it from Etsy. And then this is the index, and I put 2022 summer. So then all the rest of the things will go here. This is a piece of vellum that I printed. I found some things online free that would work for vellum, and I printed them. Keep your face to the sunshine and you cannot see the shadows. It's what the sunflowers do, Helen Keller. So this is I Love Summer. So then we've got a bit of poetry by Yoko Ono about the seasons here. And then I'm talking about the summer here. And then I'm talking about the difference between the meteorological seasons and the astronomical seasons, because there is a difference. Astronomically speaking, summer starts June 21st. That's when the summer solstice is. However, meteorologically speaking, summer starts June 1st. So then I talked about what some of the great things, benefits that come with summer, some of my goals, July's affirmation and August's affirmations. June's is elsewhere because I actually have already started June. Then we have June, where June starts, and this is a piece of vellum with cherry blossoms. I have a quote from Edgar Allan Poe. At midnight in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. And these are cherry blossom washi tapes. So then these are my goals for June, home and personal and work. And this is the summer oracle card, and this is the June oracle card. That's Victor and Selena from a good while back. This was some brainstorming. This is the more recent pictures of Selena. This was last week, and I have some things, that's some personal stuff covered up right there. Then I have another picture I want to put here for that week. But I've been cleaning and rearranging the studio some. Johnny Depp 1. These were the to-do lists. So this was Monday, and that's where the wreck... I had to scan and email the forms that the police officers gave us to send them to the insurance companies. I went grocery shopping. David's package came in. These were June's affirmation. I am ready to go big, rise up, and step into my power. This was Wednesday. I took Doug to the ER, and it was his birthday. This was Thursday. And these are some things I wanted to remind myself to sort of ask myself every now and again. These are prompts. And I really like some of these. They came from No Excuses Art Journaling. I've had that book forever. So this is just some information about June, and this was a quote. This was Friday when I took Doug to the orthopedic doctor, and I had some other things that, like, I had to pay the barn payment and things like that. I had to go get Doug's prescription, also pick up one for my mom. This was some information that I wrote about a voiceover for a chat that I want to do. It's going to be in the part 2 video where I talk about seasonal planning. So my quest is the seasonal creativity, planning, living, along with Art Daily. I've been doing seasonal planning and working on seasonal living, and I thought, well, while I was thinking about all of these things, how our creativity actually comes in waves, in seasons. Our moods change, I think, with each season. The seasons are part of they impact our creativity. Creativity means something different for each of us. The ranges of creativity, there's different types of creativity. Creative journaling, creative writing, writing books, poetry, those are creative. Playing a musical instrument, singing, DIY projects, knitting, sewing, all these things, all these different things, they're creative. Photography, painting. So then this was Saturday, and over the weekend, David and I cut the grass, and he was so tired. His hat was turned sideways, and he just looked utterly exhausted. So I drew that. There were birds watching us, and I drew those because they were so cute. Like, we had this blue jay and a mockingbird and a cardinal, and they kept taking turns. It was like they couldn't be in the same area, of course, but they were taking turns. So these were some of the things that I did on Saturday, along with yard work. I had help, by the way. This was Sunday, and I have some more stuff to write right here, but Sunday, David grilled, and we also did meat prep, and I did some stuff in the kitchen, and I did some stuff outside. So we were taking turns doing different things. David helped me with some of the things. So anyway, this was Monday. I did some housework, and I went to the eye doctor, and that was a note to myself to don't forget to ask the questions. This I just really like, and every now and again I find a place to put it, and I put it here. They're these little, they look like post-it notes, but they're not sticky. So I got new contact lenses, and I drew the contact lens, and then I wrote, there was one post that I did for Patreon. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it public or not, but I didn't. I did it for just the patrons. And this was the card that I pulled for Monday, because the card that I pulled for the week, I've listed right here, but I didn't put a picture of it. So I need to watercolor that. Do the weather. Tuesday, I did do these things, but I didn't put them that I did them. Because Tuesday I took some pain medicine, which I rarely take. But I've been exhausted. Between my mom having COVID and Doug having a broken ankle and David working, like, I have been doing all kinds of things that I had worn myself out. I burned the candle at both ends. So on Tuesday, after picking Doug up from school, I took a pain pill. I may take one once every 3 months or so. And I slept from approximately 2 or 3 in the afternoon on Tuesday till about 3:30 this morning. And it is around 10 a.m. right now. So I've been I've got laundry going and things like that right now. My plant, I put the thing for my plant here. And yesterday, I didn't feel good. So I made myself a cup of hot tea instead of coffee, and I had my journal, and I did some journaling, and I had my laptop or my MacBook Pro or whatever you want to call it, and I actually went through and weeded out some emails and did some admin work, because I didn't come to the studio. I was in bed, literally in bed. I went and picked up Doug, and I was sort of still in quote unquote, well, they were pajama-like clothes. And then this is today. So we're going to go through. I need to watercolor some of the things, and then I'm going to fill that in, but I'm going to do that later, making sure I haven't missed anything else. I might be able to put something there. If you've noticed, I don't like a lot of white space. I'm okay with some, but I don't like a lot of white space. So we're going to do some watercoloring. Okay, so this is editing Burgess, and we're going to talk for a moment about something that I read in a book called Creative Authenticity, 16 Principles to Clarify and Deepen Your Artistic Vision by Ian Roberts. Until 150 years ago, there was little debate about whether you were or were not an artist. To become an artist, you had to spend years drawing plaster cast and painting from life. Your training would have brought you to a level of expertise immediately recognizable to an onlooker. You wouldn't have been able to fake it because the criterion of excellence was so stringent and difficult to attain. In many artistic circles today, a lack of craft or skill is actually admired. I'm sorry about the planes, y'all. In fact, this lack of skill is what is deemed to give the art its authentic contemporary look. Roberts goes on to say, I'm certainly not suggesting we need to return to some form of widely accepted academic painting. But if you want to express yourself, learning your craft is a good start. I know art teachers who just want students to express themselves as if the talent and ability are inborn, and if the student just gets out of the way, it will magically roll out onto the paper. If we are diligent in learning our craft, our voice, what is uniquely ours, will come out in the telling. Your creative expression is like your handwriting or personal calligraphy, unique. With practice, we gain fluency in both the creative process and artistic technique. When people say they can feel within what they want to say but can't seem to express it, they are saying they lack technique. The Greek word for art is techne, which implies that the feeling or inspiration is not art. Only the realization of the inspiration in some manifest form is art. In other words, you must have the technique to give your inspiration life. If we're serious about giving expression to our voice, we need to master whatever skills are necessary, whether it is the ability to draw or a better sense of composition. Until we deal with them, these problems will continue to stare us in the face, graphically, boldly, in every painting we make. We need to build a strong foundation for our voice, both internally and externally. By externally, I mean our craft. Internally, we build a foundation by going to the headwaters of our inspiration. We need to be clear about where our inspiration originates. I don't mean trying to figure out why we're attracted to this or that or what it means. That isn't necessarily relevant. Rather, we have to feel the truth and trust in the current, the flow, and go with it. If we don't find and follow that current form, our own source, then we will feel enamored of and distracted by every mark, effect, and subject we happen upon in other artists' work. We will want to add that and try this. Ah, yeah. Obviously, we'll be attracted to and influenced by different kinds of art, and rightly so. But that attraction needs a foundation. Our painting will only be as deep as the depth we uncover in ourselves. We're communicating. We're translating, bringing across our vision. If we're going to create for art for the rest of our lives, we need to come to terms with what is uniquely our own. If we sidestep ourselves and derive vocabulary from someone else, we may feel we're making great strides at the moment. But ultimately, we can't continue. We have to come back to address the matter of authenticity. Unless we do, it's like trying to use someone else's handwriting or personality. It can't remain satisfying. We need to look at other art. We need to study it and react to it. We're not trying to reinvent artistic expression. Artists, as artists, are moved by art as much or more than they are moved by nature. Artists see subjects to paint based on how they have assimilated the art that has moved them in the past. There is, of course, a melting pot of influences, but have the influences been fired in the crucible of our own vision? Making art that is authentic means eliminating those influences that have been picked up superficially and incorporating new ones that are more authentic. Work that sings to us may be a good indication of where to look, although our positive reaction may simply be due to the fact that the artist has found something so true and real we mistake it for our own. It may have nothing to do with our own work. The source of truly authentic work is within. Each time we ignore it, we diminish it. Each time we reject it, it goes silent. We need time alone, and openness to re-entertain our inspiration, our inner inspiration. It's still there, mixed in with everything else we call our daily life. And sifting through it all and finding our own creative source, once more we start to have a chance of expressing something real and moving. Work that truly expresses something personal and true can sometimes get away with technical inadequacies. It rides on its power to move us, to communicate something to us. Art demands technique, but it amounts to little if we fail to bring it to spirit and vision. Spirit can illuminate a work with life even if there are technical flaws. But technique cannot breathe life into a work that lacks vision. We've all seen paintings that are technically perfect and perfectly dead. On the other hand, we can think of the cave paintings. They have as much feeling as any high-tech film today. We've had advancements in technique, but few in depth of feeling. Getting started is essential. We feel engaged when the brush hits the canvas. And in consciously learning our craft, we open the channel for our voice to flow. But it does not matter how well something is done if it is not worth doing. Expressing our voice, what we want to say, is what's worth doing. Technique allows that to occur. In every case, the development of our work will be intermeshing of mastering craft as we unfold clearer expression of voice. They advance together like two sides of a coin. I read that because one of the things I have struggled with for a good while now is I am more of an intuitive painter. I just roll. I, I'm, yeah. And sometimes it's about capturing the essence of things, and other times it's about practicing. And one of the things that I've realized is it's okay to do both. It's okay to have fun and to practice without thinking about any of those things, but technique and composition. But at the same time, whenever we're trying to improve and we also need to practice those things. So it's not just about practicing to have fun and to learn and to grow, but it's also about practicing techniques. Finding our voice is that where we play and we have fun and we capture the essence of things and we're just kind of intuitively painting. Whereas working on our techniques like composition and the actual like water to paint ratio and things like that, those are important as well. And I've been finding that in my work lately, trying to do all of the above at different times and then combining and doing both at the same time. It's a work in progress, as is my journals. And I think that by doing some things in this journal and other things in the journal, even if it's something that I've done and then I add to the journal, like on watercolor paper, I've been looking at creativity in a variety of different ways lately and thinking about how I am creative, why I am creative, the things that really bring me joy, and sitting down with those things and doing them. Sometimes it's about practicing, sometimes it's about just having fun. For a while, I was not having fun. I was doing to do, and not because I wanted necessarily to do, but because I felt like I had to do. And now I'm doing because I really truly want to do. I feel like that part of this book really stood out to me because I'm authentic in my creativity. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Don't forget to do the YouTube-y things, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, comment, and share if you can. It really helps the channel. And part 2 will be coming very soon, where I'm going to talk about seasonal planning. Bye, y'all. Have a great one.